Alright, dudes and dudettes, I am the Mystical Green Beanie, and here are my thoughts on 007 VARGR, coming from Dynamite Comics, written by Warren Ellis and drawn by Jason Masters. And, it's kind of funny because I remember a few months ago when I picked up the first issue, I absolutely loved it. And I was talking about how good it was and how much of a big fan I am of 007, and then I went into my local comic book store to pick up the second issue, and I couldn't find it. And since my store displays its comics alphabetically, I was looking for it in the numerical section, because of the double zeros, and the entire time it was in the J section. And just like the idiot that I am, I couldn't find it, so I just assumed that it was canceled and I moved on. But yeah, my idiocy aside, here are my thoughts on the book. So starting off with the story, I remember not entirely loving the first issue. I felt as though not much happened, but I did say that this would read better in trade, and it does. The story flows very seamlessly, nothing happens by accident, and everything that happens throughout the story serves a purpose. And I really appreciate how nothing in this book feels superfluous. The narrative is very strong, while also serving the characters in a way that we get to see them all shine. Now, I don't want to spoil this too much, but basically the story is about James Bond eliminating an illegal narcotics ring, and he has to fight cyborgs and genetically deformed henchmen while he does it. And honestly, if that doesn't at least pique your interest, then I don't know what the fuck will. But moving on, let's talk about the art. So the art didn't win me over in the first issue, and I'm not entirely sure why. Like I said before, I'm an idiot sometimes, but I really love Jason Masters' art here. It feels very cinematic, and again, I don't know why it didn't click with me the first time around, but I really like it here a lot. I also really responded well to the colors. Guy Major was the colorist here, and I absolutely loved what he did. The colors are very dark and muted when it needs to be, and they're also vibrant when they need to be as well, and it really sets the tone for every scene. And I thought that it did a great job of complementing Jason Masters' art. Oh, and before I move on, I have to mention this. The covers, which were done by Jason Masters, are beautiful. Now, I'm not sure if Dynamite does posters or not, but I would love to get my hands on a poster of one of these covers because they are stunning. Now, as far as things that stood out to me, whether or not they be good or bad, as always, we're going to start off with the good. Now, I really love how this book feels like a traditional Bond story, while also keeping itself contemporary. It's what Skyfall and Spectre tried to do, and in my opinion, Skyfall did an alright job of this. However, this nails it completely. I also really loved how this Bond feels very posh and cold-blooded like he was in the original Ian Fleming novels. And his smoking habit is something that comes back as well. And I'm really glad to see that return after years of it being either hinted at but not explicitly shown, or it just being taken away from the character altogether. Warren Ellis also handles the political social commentary very nicely, and I really appreciated how gray a lot of the politics were. But yeah, those were my positives. I can't really think of many negatives that I had with this book. So yeah, those were my thoughts on 007 VARGR. This was great. However, as I said in my review of the first issue, this is something that reads very well collected. I got the hardcover for about $20, and I'd say that that's $20 well spent. But what about you guys? For the people who have read this book, did you like it? Did you dislike it? And for the people who haven't read this yet, did I persuade you to read this book? Let me know down below in the comments section. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button, share, support the channel, and if you want to see more content like this, all you have to do is subscribe. I am the Mystical Green Beanie. Thanks for watching, and as always, until next time, adios nachos.